Hello, this is going to be a short, probably boring video on the note edit menu, which is a feature that is not super exciting, but it is pretty useful, and maybe a lot of people don't bother to learn about it or know some of the shortcuts that are in it or some of the things that were added in the update. So I'm just going to kind of go over it, and then I can check it off my mental to-do list of things that I wanted to make a video about, because it is pretty useful and you should use it when you need to. But yeah, it's not, a fun thing or anything like that, but it is a new and better version of a way to edit multiple notes that are on one step. So since this is polyphonic, you can do chords and stuff that are all going to be on like one step on the step sequence here. But before on the Digitone one, they were all kind of on the trig page on like a little keyboard roll, and it was a pain in the ass. And now you got this nice little menu so you can edit them that way, and you can actually make your entire sequence within this menu, which I'll show you. But yeah, so like if I just like this bad melody, but with it doesn't have quantization, so I can hold, once I'm in grid recording mode, I can hold any of these and press note edit, and it'll go straight to that one. Or if I just press it, then it'll just go into it anyways. And then you can hold funk, and the green will show you which one is lit up. So if I want to view this one, it has nothing on it. This one, it'll show that, etc., etc. To get it out of the way, if you press just left and right, it will just go one step in the sequence. Now it's on 4, now it's on 5, now it's on 7, which actually has notes on it. And it also shows at the top step 1:07. If you have more than one page, it'll go past 16, and it'll be 2:01, 2:07, etc. But one of the nice shortcuts in this mode is if you hold funk and press left and right, it'll jump to the next one that has notes on it. So then that way you're only seeing ones that already have content if you're trying to edit your notes that exist already. So you can see on this menu that the notes are not perfectly quantized, because so you have the note in this column, and so it has F and a C, which are here, and then you have the time, which is the micro timing. So it's the same as on this page if you were to hold a step and then move things left and right like that. It's the same idea as that, except per note. And then that makes this one kind of move everything relatively. So let's see, this has -4 and -1 time. So then if I go here and I move this over 1, then it's now at -3 and 0 time. So it moves everything the same amount. So this can let you keep the shape and the distance between the notes that you want, while moving the whole thing back and forth on the other page. And yeah, and you can change the length of the notes here. And a new feature that was added is that you can actually preview the length. It doesn't let you preview the time. So if you do a chord like that, it won't show you the micro timing. It'll play all of them at once. I guess it's just some kind of limitation. I don't know exactly why, but let's make one short here. So you hear the length is shown when you do funk yes to preview that note. So that's nice. And yeah, so you can add notes here, and then they show up. So this is like your keyboard. So the same as if you were on the keyboard page, except it'll be adding them to here. The default sorting is by note, so it'll be highest note at the top going down to the lowest note. So this is the 6th octave D, so that's at the highest, and then it goes down to 5th octave F and C. But I find probably the new thing that they added is the ability to sort by micro timing instead, which I find is more useful if you have things that aren't in the same order. It just makes it easier to look at to me, but this is preference. But if you click now, so it has note with a little down arrow there. And if you click the F for time, now it has a little arrow and it resorted everything. So now the first one, which is -3 on the F, will go first and then play the other two. And then if I, oops, I'm changing the note. If I change the tuning of, or the timing of this to be earlier than that one, then it'll switch places. There's some way to arrange notes. They have to be, so if they're the same timing, that's what it is. So these two are the same, and now I can swap their place. Okay, so that's it. If you have two things that are playing at the same time, then you can rearrange them however you want. I probably should have figured that out before. Well, I thought I had it figured out, and then I realized I didn't know actually how to do it. So I don't know if it was added in the update or if this was here since this menu came, but there's this handy thing over here which shows you the keyboard octave and mode and lets you change it. So is 5, so it's the octave, and the keyboard mode is fold. So I can change it to root, I can change it to normal, and I'm in minor scale, I think. And C center, C spread, and then your memory chords. So like, I can just put in the chords here. And then you see, since this is note edit and I'm adding things, if I press another thing, it's going to add those as well. So now you have this like terrible amalgamation of notes. So I can clear them, just func clear. Like anything else, you can clear, copy, paste on these pages. So I do that, and then that's nice. And these are all quantized because I just played a whole chord on one note, so all the micro timing's there. But you can, if I wanted to shift these, then I could just like take this and put it up a bit, make this one there, and then here has a little bit of a whoosh to it, like a blink. Fancy. And then I can copy that and like go here and paste that, just like anything else. Sure. So now all these have the same notes on them. Let's just go like this one and say I want to change some notes on it. I can just kind of turn these. And so, another thing, since these are, it's the same as on the note page on the trig thing, where you have a personalized menu to have the note parameter be in scale or chromatic. So if you have it on scale, then when you're in this thing, you can turn this and it'll only be things locked to scale. Whatever. I'm not making a beautiful melody here. I'm just kind of showing you how things work. So that is that. And you can just kind of move through this, change some notes here, there. Oh, yeah. So I function turned, which is going to turn everything. Yeah, when you function turn things, I forgot that, it'll change everything in the column. So I'm changing all the length at once. So if you want to make all the notes longer, then that's how you do it. Same with the micro timing. It'll be relative. So that's the same. And so you actually don't need to go back out to the this and do the micro timing menu like that, because you can just do it here by holding func and turning it, and it'll move everything in relative spacing. And but if you do that with the notes, it'll move them all up one chromatic space. So whenever a note is not in the scale, you'll see a little exclamation point next to it. So that's how you know if you're trying to keep things in scale, that is when it's not in scale. So that is pretty much that. What else can I mention? Oh yeah, so they added a little, so right now if I'm not in grid recording mode and I press this, it goes straight to note edit mode, and it'll be on whatever step that it's on, and maybe I end up messing up a chord or something, and oops, I didn't mean to do that. It's pretty unlikely you'll accidentally press this button, but maybe you mean to go to the ARP or transpose because you're not really looking and it's dark and you press it. So it is certainly possible that you could press that button by accident. So luckily they added this nice feature in Personalize to the note edit menu. You can have it on any, or you can have it on record. So when it's on record, if you're not in step record mode, which the only time you would ever be there is if you're trying to change notes, then this won't do anything. It'll just tell you press rec, then press note edit to access note edit menu. So that's kind of a nice thing to eliminate some mistakes. They also added a note preview thing, so you can have it always paused or never. I have it on pause. So that means that if you are on the note edit menu, see, I keep doing it now, and you want to edit a note, so if I add a note here, you can hear that it plays. But you can hear as I'm doing it while it's playing, it's not playing those notes live. Like you only hear them once the sequencer gets around to them. So before it used to just be always. So if you edited the notes while you were playing, you would hear them instantly when you press it, which meant that you basically couldn't do it live if you wanted to change anything. So it's nice that they changed that. And yeah, so you can also have it never if you want to never hear the notes, and then the only way you can hear it is funk yes. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I would say. Yeah, not a super interesting thing, but it is something that you can just use all the time. So if you want to make chords with the new chord mode, but you don't want them to be so flat, then you can record all your chords, and then you can go in note edit mode and shift all the micro timing funk over to the next note, things like that. One thing to keep in mind, if you ever have any micro timing on the first step in the negative, so let's just clear this whole sequence because it's awful, and then go to the first step here and just put in a chord. And so I hit play and you can hear it. But if I were to make all of the notes, I could have just funk turned. If I make all the notes even one step to the left, you should not hear it. That must have been a bug, because now you don't hear it. But yeah, it won't play until the next time around, because now it's technically moved beyond the beginning, and now it's at the actual very end of the sequence, because with the micro timing, anything that is below 0 is actually on the previous step at the very end. So the micro timing basically at negative 23 is pretty much fully at the beginning of the previous step, minus like 0.1 micro timing, and then the other way, all the way at 23, is basically on step 2. So just be aware of that. That's basically how that works. Okay. Again, this was boring, probably, and it's probably not very useful to many people, but maybe useful to some people. And whatever, it is what it is. I warned you, so. Anyways, thanks for watching if you did, and I love you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.